real estate on the part of the buyers is not necessarily to live. It's for investment. So you may not even like the location now, but you can buy into it because of the future. So real estate is always future forward.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Guto from Gida and I'm here at Residencia Moderno Estate Wuye. We're going to be talking with Hallelujah, the Executive Secretary of Residencia Moderno. We're talking about the payment plans they have, the general sector problems they find, issues in the sector, and any other issues that they are facing, and just to learn more about the industry. We hope to have some pertinent information for you. So stay tuned and watch the full interview. Hello, Hallelujah.
Hi.
Hi, Hallelujah is a very peculiar name. So before we start, let me introduce myself. So my name is Guto and I'm the CEO of Gida. And I'm here with...
I'm Hallelujah, Dappa-Wilcox, and I'm the Executive Secretary for Residencia Moderno Smart Eco-Friendly Homes.
Smart eco-friendly, interesting words. I think most people are looking for eco-friendly homes right now. But before we start, I want to get an idea of how Residencia Moderno started.
Okay, so we actually started off as a company. So we're a group of young people. Our CEO is quite a very young man. He's interested in young people who are passionate about work and then who are also passionate about real estate. So he figured out that in Abuja, the homes are not really... So we have present realities in the ecological system right now. So he's just passionate about developing homes that are adaptable to the current ecological realities. And then he's also passionate about young people. So he's just bringing young people together who are passionate about the things he's passionate about, which is real estate, and basically making homes affordable for young Nigerians and then the average middle class and then the elites as well.
Okay. So does that tie into what the mission and vision of?
Yes, definitely. Okay. So that's basically the summary of who we are. A frontline construction company is also into estate development, facility and estate management. You know, that we're passionate about providing homes that are adaptable to ecological realities and are affordable and can be able to, so we have homes for every class of people, right? So yeah, that's what we are.
Okay. How do you identify what a good real estate project is? Before you go into a project, how do you say, this is what we're going to build next? How does that happen?
So basically, aside the other factors that we consider, location, we work with whatever the landscape or topography of the location is. We work with whatever we see. So it's our ability to adapt to what we find when we get there. So if we find a land that has this very steep slope or something, we try to probably create a basement there. You know, we adapt. Like I said, we're adaptable to whatever we need. So because those are things that we don't really have a control over.
Yeah.
So how flexible and adaptable we are to what we need. And then we learn from our previous estate. So whatever we do here, we like to get feedback from our clients, our subscribers. So we don't say we get things wrong, but we always try to improve on whatever project that we've done.
Okay, that makes sense. So you basically work off whatever land you have first before you build.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because at the end of the day, it's the land that you have that you develop.
Yeah.
So where we get a good location on the land, we now work with, of course, it's not everywhere that you can build anything, or we just try to, now I'm not, like I said, I'm not a very, very technical person, but I can speak a little to the technicalities of how we work. So where we need to make sure our foundations are always very solid. We just try to ensure that we have structural integrity, working with where we have, making sure that whatever we also churn out is standard, global standard, and all of that.
I think the real estate market is changing a bit, and why I think so is when we were at the Africa International Housing Show, every developer there was clamoring for the diaspora markets. That's diaspora being people who are not in Nigeria, people who are living in a foreign country, basically their host country, not their home country. So given that, what do you think the trend in the real estate markets are today for developers in Nigeria?
Okay, so we know that in the diaspora, things are smart, things are easy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. From your car, you can, do things in your house. So you forget to turn off the light in your house, you can touch a button. And so I think that the trend in real estate right now is everybody's going smart. Everybody's trying to include technology in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So where we come in is we try to include both technology and then the ecological realities. So you go to our estate and we make sure that there's no generator. No, for example, you've been here for a bit and you've not had any generator come on.
Yeah.
So it's tranquil, it's serene. You can be at home and be at home. Of course, we know in the diaspora you don't have all those basically. So we try to also make sure now we've toned it down a bit on our smart culture, because also in Nigeria, while we are looking at the two markets, the diaspora market and the Nigerian market, some Nigerians have trust issues. So you lock your car and you check if it's locked. So people we don't really trust the smart system so much. So like I said, we listen to our clients, we listen to our subscribers, we ask the people, what do you want? And then basically we do for you what you want.
Yeah. In terms of economic trends, where are you seeing the markets headed in terms of, how easy it is to build houses, how easy it is to sell houses, the different sort of tech platforms and technology that people are incorporating into developments? What do you think the trends are on?
Okay, so that's why we appreciate what Gida is doing, which is where the tech part and where you make sales easy for us. So you create a platform where developers meet buyers. It's super easy. Where I as a developer, I don't have to consider so many risks because I know that you have done that part of the work for me. So that is where the world is going right now in terms of trends. So, but when we talk about purchasing of properties, of course, we know that currently in the economy, things are a bit rocky. So we have people that are a bit unsure, if I dare to say, about what the future is. So people are be careful. But others that also know that it's better to have it. What you can buy now, you probably cannot buy in 5 years, because it's going to just keep going while we pray for things to. But this is our current reality. So where we come in is we try to make homes affordable. So for example, you want to buy a property now and the property is going for 70 million naira and you have 30 million naira. While we know that we want to give bespoke finishings, we can give you something that suits your budget, something that, so you can boldly say, oh, I have a home that's my finishing or the things inside are original. They're not inferior, even though they are not so much. So we try to ensure that at every point in time, we're able to give every client what they can, afford.
So you're trying to balance quality, affordability.
And affordability, thank you.
Okay. How much are you looking to incorporate technology? I know you spoke about technology. How much are you actually looking to incorporate technology into your business? Like from getting customers to, managing finance, how are you looking to incorporate it?
Okay, so right now we have platforms where people can buy houses, make payments, and then we don't have to do the whole rush and follow up about, oh, you've not paid and all of that. We also, in the housing show, we also met a company that does facility management, actually, all tech. So I can issue you your tenancy agreement and I was blown away. because that solves a lot of problem for me. It means I can just come to my system and everything is automated. I put in when you come into the property if it's a rent, and I put in when you're supposed to leave, and it automatically generates
Okay.
It's just so easy now. So we are actually open. We are grateful and open to the opportunity that the tech space provides for us.
Prop tech people. So on the topic of purchasing houses again, this may be a more direct question. How easy do you think it is for people to outrightly buy a house today?
Honestly, if someone brings out 100 million naira to buy a house, EFCC.
Yeah.
Because of the present realities. So jokes aside, that is why we are keen about installment payments. In fact, it's one of the bedrocks of what we give our clients, because for us it's easy when we tell you paying trenches over a period of time. We consider, because as a young person, for example, I want to have a property, and also sometimes you also have to know that real estate is not always about where you live. It's about investment. So I can see a property that is cheap, and as a young person I want to purchase, and I don't have 30 million or 15 million or 20 million to purchase like right now.
Yeah.
And I have the opportunity to pay in 2 years. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I know there are also other things like, National Housing Fund, and some of your properties fall under the line of the maximum amount of the National Housing Fund.
Yeah.
So is that something that you're open to? Maybe you're not necessarily doing now, but is that something you're open to doing in the near future?
Yes, I think it's something that we're open to doing.
So what would you say three of the biggest problems are in Nigeria's real estate markets?
Okay. The real estate market, so not even the buildings themselves.
Yeah, just the market.
One of the problems that I would say we have, which is a problem that I have faced personally as someone that sells houses, is people don't trust people. So yeah, people don't trust people. Developers don't trust people that are coming. The clients don't trust developers, and then you have people, the middlemen, who are supposed to be the people of integrity.
By middlemen, you mean agents?
The agents, yes, who are supposed to be the people of integrity, not actually living up to what they're supposed to be. So you're supposed to be the nexus between the client and the developer, but you're just out there to, get what you want, and you probably lie to the client, and then there's chaos everywhere. So that is, I would say, one of the problems that we have is lack of trust because of the way agents in some agents in carrying out their activities.
Yeah.
So that's why when we see people that are genuine, we see people that have when we see agents that have an open process, and agents that have integrity, we appreciate them now, because agents these days don't care about you, the client, neither do they care about you, the developer. They just want to get their
They want to just make money from that transaction. And something else I've heard about agents, that this may be true or untrue, but from a number of credible sources, is that some agents would actually artificially inflate the price so that they can make that spread.
Do you want me to confirm it?
Let's not.
Do you need me to confirm?
That's true.
People do that. So my problem with agents is, the agents, like I said, they don't care about you. For me now, I'm interested in what my client wants. So I am on my client's side.
Yeah.
So while I'm out to make the company profits, so not at our loss, I just try to ensure that I listen to you as a client. What do you want? What can you do? But the agent, sometimes they would even hold down a deal just so that they can find someone that can, because they have probably inflated the price. So it's just sad. It's one of the challenges that we have. If we have more honest agents and agents that have integrity, I think we have people that have money to buy properties, even if it's paying in trenches. I think we have these people. Yeah. So that, you asked me three.
That's one.
Has that covered it?
That's one.
That's one.
You can say another one. Just one other one.
Okay. So I think another problem is developers probably that churn out inferior stuff. So, but I like that our agencies in Abuja are very particular about the structural integrity of buildings. So they always come around to make sure that, yes, that you're in line. So in this part of Nigeria, in Abuja, that's not really an issue. But we have in other parts where people just put up structures that are not, they don't have structural integrity. So you're putting the lives of people at risk at the benefit of your own self.
Just because you want to make 5 more million.
So that's why we don't, as a company, we do not negotiate integrity to structure. Yeah.
You spoke about the agent issue, and I think one of the things we're doing at GIDA is sort of connect you and the customer directly. So do you think GIDA solves at least some of the challenges in the sector?
I think GIDA solves some of the challenges in the sector, yes.
Okay. Like which one? Is just the agent thing, or is there any other thing?
No, the agent thing, the part of the finance, the part of the background check, because we've encountered a couple, or there are people, so I don't make it too personal. There are people that have encountered a couple of people who you think they have money to buy, but then they move into your property and you can't even recover your property anymore because they don't even have the money that you think that they have. So you do your background check, you help us do the risk analysis, the credit assessment of the person. Let's even know if this person has money, if this person can buy, or this person just holding us down. Because as a developer that is interested in my clients, I'm not going to come and push you out of your house that you've not paid me. It's a loss for me, but I'll also consider you. Do you understand? So it's a bit tricky. That's one other problem that they really helped us solve. Yeah. And then genuine people as well. Yes, and I'm sure you've helped the clients, the buyers as well, because find genuine developers and people that are real people. So they don't just buy houses that don't have documents. They don't just buy houses that you buy today and tomorrow they are saying, there's a problem on the property or something.
Yeah, and I think this is on the issue of trust. There are lots of Nigerians in the diaspora looking to buy houses back home. I'm not used to be, I still sort of live abroad, but one of the issues is trust. So people have been duped, they have been scammed. In their terms, what people say in quotes is, we've been burnt.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to them to instill some level of trust?
Okay, so this is why we're grateful to GIDA. They've brought you directly to us, so you know us. On the platform, you have all our documentation, and then, in fact, where we are is one of our estates that is already, it's fully occupied and all of that. So you know that we're real. As long as we can trust you, you can also trust us. Our information is all out there. We're genuine. We would try to make sure that we make the process for you, because you're not here, as seamless as it can be.
You can actually just apply directly to her. So it's very likely that an application will be coming to you.
Yeah.
Not even very directly to you, not an agent, not anyone in between. So you're interfacing directly with
the developer. And then if there are issues or if there are questions that you need to ask that only the developer can answer, then you don't have to go through too many channels. We're just right there.
Yeah. One other issue that is a bit sensitive to me, I've seen lots of, women in the real estate sector. I think that's one trend I've seen, so which is good. So can you give any advice to any aspiring, women that are looking to get into the sector?
Okay, so as a woman, I feel like the sky is not even our limit, it's at a certain point. At Residencia Moderno, our lead architect is a young lady. I don't know if you met her at the time, but she's a young lady. We have 2 architects that are ladies that are actually, and she's the team lead. So she's leading the the other architects that are men, and then every other person in the construction team. So we don't look like, as women, we don't look like what we can do, honestly. So my advice to you is to not even hold back. Go as far as you want to go. And you can even go farther than you think you can, just so you know.
Awesome. So two more questions I have.
Okay.
One is, imagine you're 28 years old today, and you're looking to buy a house. You're earning between 500,000 naira to, let's say, 2 million naira. That's your monthly net salary.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you go home with. What would be your advice to someone in that range in that salary range and age range to buy a house? If you're that person, what will be your approach towards buying a house in Nigeria today?
Okay, so two things. First of all, you have construction companies or estate development companies that give you a while to pay. So if I was earning between 500,000 naira to 2 million, I'm not even a regular young person anymore in Nigeria, by the way. Because the reality is not even, so many people don't earn up to 500,000 now. But so I think I'll do either of two things. So I approach a company that has something that's, like I said earlier, real estate on the part of the buyers is not necessarily to live. It's for investment. So you may not even like the location now, but you can buy into it because of the future. So real estate is always future forward. Real estate is always in the future. If you look in the now, you're probably not going to make any important decision. But when you look at tomorrow, you're going. So you don't have to look for houses in the Buzape, Katampe, and all those places. Look for places where you can actually afford the properties, and then discuss with the companies. Can I pay in installments for 2 years? I know we do up to 2 years. For 2 years, for 2.5 years, for 3 years. And then you now plan and structure yourself. So in the next 3 years, you buy a property, let's say at 25 million.
Yeah.
And at the end of 3 years, you finish paying. Imagine the value of that property as at the time you finish paying. That's why I said real estate is future.
What do you think the value would be? Maybe like 50 M, maybe like 40 M.
3 years, it should be between 40 to 50, which is almost 100%. And then if you want to sell and now go to a better location, that's fine. You either do that or then you go the mortgage way. So you get a mortgage company and then you have them pay it off and then you pay the company. But I don't know, it just depends on you. That's one of those are two options that are on the table. But what I would advise is young people are usually about the aesthetics of the surrounding, where is it located and all that. We can leave those to our parents that have the money to buy in those very, very developed places. Yeah. Look for places that don't seem like, they probably are bushy areas right now. I bet you 1 year is too much. That place will blow out.
Yeah, that makes sense. I totally agree. While we're driving down here, I've not been to Wuye, at least this side of Wuye, ever. This was my first time coming out, and I was telling them that Wuye is developed. Yeah. I was like, this wasn't how this place was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was really surprised to see. If I did, I was in Jabi. I'm like, when did we get into Jabi?
So
it's pretty interesting.
Just always think forward, or don't think anywhere is bush. Don't think anywhere is there's no road here. Don't worry. Just calm down.
Okay, awesome. So where can we find you? Or where can people find you online?
Okay, so we are on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter.
What's your handle?
Residencia Moderno.
How do you spell that?
RESDEN.
I'm not putting you on the spot, man.
Residencia Moderno, MODERNO. Residencia Moderno. Our website is also www.residenciamoderno.com. You can find us on any of social media. So on LinkedIn, we are Residencia Moderno Smart Eco-Friendly Homes. But then you can find us on any of social media. You can reach out to us on our website. We have a forum. If you have any questions, you can fill. My number is there. The number of some other people that can help you are also there. So you can reach out to us. And we're always happy, to get back to you.
So one other place I think you'll be able to find them in the very near future is gida.com.
Yep.
GIDDA.com.
Yeah.
I actually apply to own a home, something like this, directly from Residencia Moderno. And again, one of our mission at GIDA is to basically enable young Nigerians to be able to own their homes before their 40th birthday. So that's what we're looking to do. That's why we are striving to sort of make this real estate sector more affordable, increase access, and make it a bit more standardized and create that trust. So that's what we're looking to do. And you can find us at gidahousing.com, which is Gida Housing for our social media on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, GIDDA Housing. And very soon we're launching an AI called Kemi.
What?
Next week.
Why is she called Kemi?
I don't know. Like, her name is Kemi. Her name is Kemi Chisom Hafsat.
Okay. Makes sense.
Kemi Hafsa Chisholm, so Wazobia.
Okay.
So that was the idea behind Kemi Hafsa Chisholm. We wanted something that covers the Wazobia side of things.
Yes.
So yeah, you can check that out. And we're launching Gida in October 2023. So
Wait.
thank you. All right. Thank you. Hallelujah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was good to fit with you.